Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind Sports and Entertainment video. I'm the man here that does all the cooking. Wood. Um, I had to sit with yesterday's Washington Redskins game. Again, I don't really like to use my platform to talk about my main teams. So, I won't be on here regularly talking about football, and I'm not I'm not an aficionado on football anyway, X's and O's and all of that type of stuff. Um, just purely from a fan's perspective, it was disheartening, to be up 20-7 at the half, 17-0 at one point, and I'm gonna try to keep this short. I think despite, in addition to the loss, in a game that we weren't even expected to be competitive, to be honest. I mean, it was a two score, loss was what was projected from most of the stuff that I saw, but the defense not quite being what we needed to be, and then the running game being non-existent. That really is what took the wind out of my sails completely. If you would have told me that Keenum would have thrown for 380 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions, I would have lost my mind. One good thing to note is that we finally got above that 17, 17, 18, right somewhere in there. 17 and some change is what I want to say off the top of my head. Is what it seems like the Washington Redskins offense has seemed to be able to put up regularly. In terms of scoring. So it was good to see us open up with a 27-point game at Philadelphia. But again, for the defense just not to show up and really be, and I know Allen was gone early in the first quarter, but again, I think for me, it's the defense is going to have to lead the way, in my opinion, because we got this young wide receiving core who did. I mean, that was another bonus yesterday, was the statement game from McLaurin out of Ohio State. For him to catch multiple balls, he completely outdid everything that Josh Doxson was, ever attempted to do when he was with the squad. So that was phenomenal to see him pop up and perform. You get that second long ball to him that was overthrown by Keenum. You catch that one, and the game is a little different. But again, to see guys 10 carries, I'm looking here. His longest was 5 yards, and I want to say that was his first. I want to say that was like in his first 2 to 3 carries, if not the first carry. So it was a little disappointing for that, and the fact that AP was inactive. But that's what I was thinking in the second half. We can just play good defense, try to take the air out of the ball, run the ball, and play field position, and try to get out of there with a win, still one. And again, the secondary continues to be an issue, and Collins isn't really, that's not his strong suit, is being a ball hog back in the passing game. He's more up in the box making stuff happen. But to see Norman get beat, on one of those D-Jacks balls, hate to see it. And then I think we only registered 1 sack for the day, I want to say. No. From Casanova McKenzie. The only one to get a sack. Although I think we only gave up thought we only gave up 1 sack. Yeah, we only gave up 1 sack to Jernigan. So I mean, all in all, it was what it was. But eventually, Gruden has to win a game that he's not supposed to win. That's got to happen, and I don't like the chances of him doing it next week against a Dallas Cowboys team that, for as much as I hate to say it, man, they might be working with something this year. I mean, they got players at all the right pieces, and it's gonna be tough, man. I'm still not completely sold on Dak Prescott, so I'm glad we get him on the road. I believe is what it is, but who knows if Allen is back, and just I so wanted to see a top 5 defense projected number 3 by, and depending on what you want to put in Rex Ryan's word, but and that's mainly because he actually was in camp or spent some days in camp with the Redskins. So that's probably, partially why he put the Redskins in his top 5. But I just wanted to see a really dominant defense like we see in Chicago, like we see with the Ravens. I mean, hell, the Patriots. You want to see some solid teams in the teens or something like that. But to give up the big chunk plays for the touchdowns, like I said, man, it's just this unit has, in my opinion, this defensive unit has to be top 10, to have a shot. And I would expect Darius Geist to get loose, but with him missing the first season and all the talk about him, I really wanted to see him showcased, or I wanted to see him have that big day, and to really announce, that we have a. Because hell, I didn't expect, if you tell me you expected 14 points from out of Vernon Davis and McLaurin, with a 69-yard bomb or something, totally not expecting that. So, I definitely was expecting to see more guys, doing some fantastic stuff on the ground. But that was a tough one, man. That was a tough one. Like I said, again, at some point, I know we got a lot of fingers we want to point. I know some people might not be willing to stick it out with Case Keenum too much longer. And if the team, if we sit here at 1-3, 2-4, 1-5, and all of that type of stuff, there will be calls to go to the kid, even if Keenum's not even, the main, the real source of the problems. So I'm not going to, like I said, I was going to keep this really short. Some positive stuff out of the Harmon. Like I said, the receiving core was not bad. Obviously with 380 yards of receiving, but we got to, and then that's it, man. I'm going to leave it at that. Feel free to comment and chop it up with me about what your thoughts were on the first game. It's not a reason to throw the season away. But it definitely doesn't bode well for figuring things out in a positive manner for Coach Gruden. And I'm not the biggest Gruden supporter, trust me. So it doesn't take much to start looking elsewhere. But like I said, who's the next McVay dude out there that you can really bring in, or what experienced guys out there that you really want to bring in? So all you can do is kind of hope for the best with this stuff. 0-1, like I said, tough day next week, or this coming Sunday. Let me see if I can make sure. I thought it was in DC. Yeah, in DC at 1:00. So and then the Bears the following week. Damn. So that, like I said, man, to be up like that and to have them booing, a MVP front runner at one point in time, and a Super Bowl team here in the last few years, to have them booing their own squad, I was losing it. But it is what it is. Like I said, please consider subscribing to the channel. Leave a comment. Let's chop it up about, this burgundy and gold. And, hell to the Redskins. Until next time, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. One.